Hey, what's up everyone? This is your man E, the R&B hip hop rock star, aka DJ E Boogie, and welcome to the Cartel Media channel. This is going to be my review of episode 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's right, we are on episode 5. One more episode to go for the finale, and wow, what can I say? What a remarkable series this has been. Before I get into everything, like I always say, I drop these at the beginning of the week so to give people time to check out the episode over the weekend. Okay, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, this is what's going to happen throughout this review. You see that? Spoilers all over the place, so please make sure you go check out episode 5 right now, then come right on back and get in my comments and discuss what you thought about the episode and give me your theories on how the finale is going to play out and everything. All right, so with that being said, let's get right into it. There wasn't a whole lot of action in this episode, which was really cool because there was a story that needed to be told. As a matter of fact, there were several stories that needed to be told to really help us engage or really get an insight on a lot of the characters in this series. But it did start out with a big fight scene after last episode. John goes ham on one of the flag smashers for the death of his partner Lamar in front of everyone, mind you, who recorded the entire incident, turning it into a international incident. So Bucky and Sam catches up with John. They ask him to give up the shield, and John wasn't going for that. He was like very hell-bent on keeping the shield because in his eyes, he's the real Captain America, or he's Captain America, I should say. And they battle it out almost to the death, really. All the guys, John was handling them. I gotta be honest with you. John was handling them, but in the end, Bucky and Sam prevailed, getting the shield from John. They actually broke his arm to get the shield from him. The guy was holding on to the damn thing just that tight, alright? So that whole thing happened, and then of course once John gets back to the United States, immediately he was, went before the court and everything, and they didn't court-martial him. They said because of his record being so stellar previously that they decided not to court-martial him, but they did strip him of his title. They stripped him of everything. He wasn't going to get any pensions, no benefits, nothing. They stripped this dude big time. Just pretty much just leaving this guy with nothing. He tried to fight his case, explaining what went down, but they weren't hearing it. It was like, no, it's too much of a international incident. I mean, the whole world saw it. So how can we even consider letting you still be Captain America? There's just no way, dude. You forget about it. So he leaves and everything, and he is approached by this woman, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. I tried to roll my R's there. But Val for short, if you're nasty. Val got into John's ear, feeding his ego, letting him know that she felt what he did was right. He should have killed that person, and he shouldn't be prosecuted for doing his job. So that fed his ego. And a quick backstory on Val: she is a key figure in the Hydra organization. As a matter of fact, in the comics, she's known as Madam Hydra. So she's talking to John. She gives him a card and she tells him, hey, we're going to be calling you because we can definitely use a person like you with your skill set. And we all know that John becomes the U.S. agent, and by him being the U.S. agent, he can do pretty much anything he wants outside of the law that he couldn't do when he was Captain America, when he has more stricter guidelines. So they have that conversation and everything, and you already know where that's going, because now that John has the serum in his system, he's a lot stronger now, and he can carry out any job that he's called upon to do. So that was that. And another thing that I really loved about this episode is how, like I said earlier on, how they took time to bring us closer to the characters. Like when Bucky is dealing with his own situation after he dropped the shield off to Sam, he went away for a little bit. I kind of get himself together. It's like we came to do what we needed to do. You got the shield back. This time, protect the shield. Bucky just felt as though that shield was just the last thing that he felt that was close to him since Steve Rogers is gone. So that's why he was always on Sam's case about giving the shield up in the first place. And another thing that I really loved about this episode is Sam going back to his family and tending to that situation, because you know his sister was dealing with trying to keep the family boat in the family without having to selling it, because as you know, in the first episode they tried to get a loan and they were denied for a loan and all that stuff. So him going back after this is over with to deal with that, to, you know, it just really, I really liked how they strung all that or put all that together. You know, Sharon Carter, is the big question about her is she the power broker or is she working for the power broker? Now, if you paid attention looking at this, when she was talking to a person on the phone, the person had a French accent, and the only person in the series with a French accent like that, his name is Batroc Leaper, right? Remember Sam fought him in the first episode as well? Well, Sharon was talking to him and everything, and it's kind of, she's doing a lot of shady things, doing a lot of things that's leading you to believe that she's either working for the power broker or she actually is the power broker. So I'm really interested to see how this plays out in the final episode, you know, how they're going to do this in the final episode. And the Flag Smashers, after the big situation in the last episode, they're trying to regroup, and Carly is about to make the group a lot stronger now. When Carly was in the park getting everyone together, she's met by none other than Batroc Leaper, and he delivered some weapons to her. So Carly is ready to mobilize and get her people together. It was interesting how she clicked a button on her phone, and she had, I guess she sent the signal out to all of her people that were just in that general area alone in New York City. So they're really ready to do some damage, and that's going to be another key thing that we're going to see in the final episode. Another thing that I really loved about this episode, how they talked about the problem of racism here in America when Sam went to go visit Isaiah Bradley once again, and just to get some closure as to, or just understand more, I should say, as to why he went through what he went through, you know, being incarcerated for 30 years while they experimented on him, and why he was the only one out of, we find out that there was a bunch of people that they gave the serum to that didn't make it, you know, their bodies rejected it, but he was the only one that lasted. So they, after he did what he did, he brought his men back, and he got court-martialed and thrown in prison for 30 years. They operated, or they experimented on him for the entire time he was incarcerated. So Sam is trying to get closure on all of that. Like, you know, I came back to bring the shield to you, but you don't want it. And Isaiah Bradley broke it down as to why he didn't want the shield. It's like, look, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person, that's the mascot for America, not a black man. Not a black man to be Captain America. That's not what they want. They don't want that. So even though I went over and did my thing and I should be deemed as a hero, you saw what happened to me. Sam felt as though the times were different now, that he could put Isaiah in front of people that he could tell his story to, but Isaiah was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'd be dead in a matter of days, if that, you know, if people found out that I was still alive, because like you said, they wrote him off as dead. They erased him from history like they've been doing to us for 500 years. So that pretty much brought things into perspective for Sam, and Isaiah told him that no self-respecting black man would wield that shield, would take on the role of Captain America. So that was a very pivotal moment in the entire episode. I really love that. I'm really interested to see what's in that case that Bucky brought back for Sam from Wakanda. You know, when he helped the Dora Milaje finally capture Zemo, and as they were leaving, he asked Io for one last favor. And when he came back, he brought this case back for Sam. And when we saw that the episode ended, Sam opened up the case, and that was it. You know, that was done with the episode. And seeing our boy Sam work out with the shield, that was really cool too. He was a bit out of sorts at first, but as it went on, you saw that he started to get the hang of it. And I'm like, again, episode 6, I'm really interested to see how episode 6 plays out, the final episode of the season. This episode here, like I said, it dumbed down the action this time around to help develop the stories of all the characters that are involved this time. And the post-end credit, that's right, you saw my man John Walker building his own shield because he's ready to take on his role as the U.S. agent now that Val has gotten in touch with him. He can work a lot of bit, I should say, outside of the law that he wasn't able to do when he was Captain America. So again, everyone, get in my comments. Let me know what you thought about the brand new episode. Let me know your thoughts, your theories, how you think episode 6 is going to play out. And again, do you think Sharon is the power broker? I don't know. I'm really interested to see that. I'm really anxious to see that more than anything. So this is E, the R&B hip hop rock star, aka DJ E Boogie. This is the Cartel Media channel. Make sure you check out all the other content on this channel. And while you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification to be notified of any new content and when I go live on my DJ feeds right here on this channel. And also, make sure you visit my website for music, merch, and more at rnbhiphoprockstar.com. Till the next review, everyone, you guys be good. I'll talk to you later. Peace. To you, cause I'm hip 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 to you.